Hopefully they don't.
Under what section?
Good afternoon. Being that the hour of 5 o'clock has arrived, the meeting is now called to order. First order of business is the approval of minutes for October 9th, 2023.
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? First order of business, motion carries. The next item on our agenda is item number 0971-23, communication sponsored by myself, Alder Peak, submitting a new application for a massage establishment license for Charles Long, DBA Main Massage, located at 1329 North Main Street, Charles Long, owner, 4th District. Mr. Long, please come forward. Thank you. Attorney Arn.
Sure, I can swear you in. Can you raise your hand? Thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because you're applying for renewal of a license. Can you please tell us your plans for the establishment?
Actually, we bought it as is. We tried to buy the building, we could not, but we bought the business. We're going to continue to do it as a massage spa. With the changes of, we're going to be doing more of foot massage and the upright, what they call chair massage. We want to get away from the closed rooms. We want to make an open room massage. My wife's in China, that's what we had in there. And we just find it a little bit more professional.
Okay. Do you have any, I have one question before I turn it over to the rest of the committee. Do you or your wife have any experience in this business? Sounds like you might have.
I'm retired Tampa police, so we purchased several spas in Orlando. My wife is a licensed massage therapist, but we also hired a licensed massage therapist who will be at this location. And we operated one in Shanghai, China, until the day before yesterday. The Chinese government took it from us because they won't allow Americans to own anything anymore.
I see. Are there any questions? Yes, sir.
Is all the paperwork in order for this?
I don't have anything to add.
I don't have any questions. If no one does, I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a,
Okay.
I'm sorry?
No, I seconded the motion.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
This goes through council next week before,
Yes.
so just to let you know, so.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is item number 0972-23, communication sponsored by myself, submitting a new application for a petition to exceed quota and geographic restrictions for a Class A premises retail fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for Georgetown AMC, DBA Georgetown Market, which is located at 3720 Meacham Road. I'm sorry that I'm going to not pronounce it. Thank you. Patel, is it?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming forward, 14th District. Attorney Arn, would you please swear Ms. Patel in?
Sure. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Thank you.
Okay, you understand, and we understand that you're here today applying for a petition to exceed the quota and geographic restrictions. Let me explain exactly what I said. Obviously, there's a packaged liquor goods store like 100 feet away from you. So could you please proceed to explain what you would do and et cetera?
I got a liquor store from the next door.
Yeah. No, I'd like for you to tell us what you plan to do. Because you're asking to exceed the quota already.
I speak like damn English, but my uncle works here with me.
Okay,
So speak to that from that. I'm the owner.
okay.
Pull up a chair.
Pull up. Attorney Arn, would you like to speak to that item?
Sure, would you like me to provide some background?
Yes, please.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry, did we
First, you
swear
want me
him
to swear
in?
him
Yes,
in?
please, first
can
swear him
you
in.
raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
And what was your name?
Jagdish Patel. I'm the behalf of the owner of the Georgetown Market.
Okay. And now, Attorney Arn, would you please give us some background on the situation?
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you.
So earlier this year, the owner of Georgetown Market contacted both the city clerk's office and my office, because of a situation that was going on at their premise. So Georgetown has been in operation for quite some time. I believe the Patels took it over perhaps a year ago. They kept the same agent on when they took over the business. They applied for a license with the city, they kept the same agent. That agent, earlier this year, unbeknownst to them, surrendered their license to the city of Racine. And because of that, they did not have a license after that. They were required to shut down for some time. They're now back here applying for a new license. So what you have before you is a petition to exceed both the number of licenses for Class A's and the geographic restriction, because there's a liquor store next door. But obviously, there are some extenuating circumstances, being that they did have a license, the reason they're reapplying for a license, even though it's technically a new license, and that's why they're having to go through the petition process. I wanted you to be aware that they did have a license, and now they're reapplying as a
Okay.
new license.
Before I turn it over to the committee, first, I have a question, but first of all, do you have any questions? Do you understand what we're saying, okay. Now, it's my understanding, and I'm saying this for clarification as well, they would have been over the quota and had a license had the agent not surrendered it to start with.
I do not know what the quota numbers were at that time, but they did have a license, so at some point, they either had to go through this petition process, or they had the license first before that liquor store next door opened up.
Okay. Thank you, Attorney Arn. Committee? Either of you?
You guys are so funny.
I mean,
Well, so my recollection is, back in December of last year, the city council had voted for them to have their, gasoline, license, right, or something along the lines. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but, so it passed. So the discussion at the committee in November was, in regards to the agent surrendering all the licenses. We did not take up the topic at the time, because at the time, we had no other licenses before us besides to run, the gas station. And so I had never heard what it had transpired, or why it was in a predicament that you were in, why the agent would take those measures to surrender them. So I guess it would be a little more clarity, because in my book, I'm gonna go by the book, and that there is some, requirements that we must consider to be able to exceed the quota. Just because you had one, doesn't entitle you to have another. And so I'm gonna be sitting here, I know that the Alder of the First did have a little bit of insight, whether it's shared this evening or not, or whether the time has already lapsed and things have resolved itself, and maybe new practices have taken place. So I'll just sit here and listen to the discussion.
was there anything more from you guys at all, or no? I mean, you want me to explain why it got turned in last time, or is that not germane to this?
I do know that there were some allegations by the agent, that there was some wrongdoing or something going on at the premises, and that was her reasoning for surrendering, and that was what she informed the city clerk's office. However, we don't have any more information. We don't have anything to substantiate those allegations.
she was the agent there for approximately 20 years. So this is me now. So I got some calls from a few businesses over there. They want no part of any more liquor over there. We got liquor stores right behind there, liquor store not that far from there up Lathrop Avenue. In order to exceed the quota, you gotta have some really good reasons, and it has to be, gotta do something to really improve the tax base, which it really doesn't. And it also has to be beneficial for the neighborhood, and it really isn't, because there is licenses all around there already. And I mean, that's things that we have to look at. We exceeded the quota, 8, 9 years ago for a place up here on Washington Avenue, but they built nothing was there for 50 years. They built a $2 million gas station that totally improved the tax base, and it was beneficial to the neighborhood because 2 restaurants were added. And I think we have to follow the rules that we have in place, and I just don't believe we need another liquor establishment over there. I got a question to ask. You guys got beer over there?
No.
Okay.
Used to be, yeah, but.
I mean, yes, so, that was,
Right now it's not. So we even lost of the business too, because there's one start stopping, you know?
yeah. Okay, I mean, the reason I was asking that is, can I go on with, ask the city?
Please.
So, I mean, they would have to give up, whatever you call it, give this license, that thing up. Are there any beer licenses left?
I have about, 2 or 3.
Okay, so, I mean, over there, I would be willing to support a beer. What I'm not supporting, because other gas stations have beer, and I don't know if it's beer and wine, or it's just beer and like wine coolers, stuff like that, malt-based beverages. But you guys would have to, give up this, application and, what do you call it? I'm having a...
Resubmit a new one for the
Yeah, what do you
beer
call it? We'd ask to withdraw your application if you want to do that,
and
and then reapply for the beer. But I mean, we'll wait till everyone else is done, but I'm just trying to help out here, because I'm not supportive of this liquor one at all.
Alder Peterson, please.
Even, I was
Just a second, please. Alder Peterson.
We've had similar situation happen recently, and my suggestion was, your options are gonna be, go forward as you are, and if the committee votes against it, you can't come back for another year, correct? If you withdraw it and come in for a Class A license, you stand a bet, you're under quota, so the odds are better. I can't say how people are gonna vote either way. Go ahead, you got something?
Yes, the best way to do that, if that's what you wanted to do, would be to just defer it, have them amend the application.
Okay.
rather
So
than-
we would defer it.
We would defer it, but it's up to them if they want to move forward with it.
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry.
just, I want you to know what your options are, okay?
You clear with that? You understand what
Yeah.
they're saying? How do you feel about that? Okay,
at least, get the beer license first.
okay. Well, in that case, we should make a motion to amend it,
Well, let's see if
or
there's any
have a-
more questions.
Alder.
Yeah, thank you. So as you're hearing us kind of discuss what's going on, is there anything, and we didn't get to hear from either of you, is there anything you would like to add?
Okay. Actually, that day even, we don't even, I'm the owner, she doesn't even tell me anything, because I live in Chicago. I just come every week at there. And I have good relation with even my agent, and that's why I choose for her, But I don't know what happened between her and other employees. He's a supervisor too. So she's the manager, general manager, and other guy is an Indian guy. And I don't know what happened between them, and she suddenly came here, and after it happened, I just call her within 4 hours. Even she still doesn't call, only she said, what happened and that's it. after she turned off, even not my.
I think, not to be rude, but I think we understand, but the legal issue is the fact that she had the license. She had the power to do that.
Yeah.
So, I understand what you're saying, the communication issue, but she did act within the law, so
No,
that's where we're here
I'm
today.
sorry, Chair. I did ask him just to give me
Sure.
some insight
I'm
from
sorry.
his position,
I
so.
understand.
so even, I don't know, still right now, even I don't know what happened on that.
Okay.
And other guy who between they fight each other, even he left already too.
I understand.
So I'm only struggling as a business owner,
Right.
everything is that.
Well, and we'd like to see you succeed, and that's why some of the members of the committee suggest that you apply for the Class B, which there are, and it wouldn't have the geographical,
Class A,
Class A,
small class.
small Class A. But the point is, at least it'll help your revenue, your business, by doing it this way as opposed to, what Alder Peterson said earlier.
I would
Yes,
just like
sir.
to finish my thought.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing, and I'm glad that we have this opportunity just to hear what you wanted to say about the situation. And I understand that establishment has been part of the community for decades now, so it's a staple over in that side of town. So we really appreciate that the business continues, and that the residents around there and those commuting through there can rely on you. I did have just a comment, and I haven't been there to say for myself, just what came to me after seeing what was on the agenda, is that they were a little concerned with, I don't know if it was the cleanliness or something with what they were used to about going in there. So just know that I'm conveying this to you, and if you can just take that back and just, go in with new eyes and just take a look. But I appreciate that you have invested in Racine and that area. And then hopefully, if you do come back before us and you want us to defer this so you can go for a different class liquor license, we'll be able to have a talk, and maybe you can tell us of any improvements that maybe you've done.
I would like, go ahead.
And I just wanted to reiterate back to the Class A license, we're above our quota, so we can't give them out. And we can't, and I will not give them out to something that doesn't substantially improve anything. And like I said, it doesn't. So it's nothing against you guys personally, it's just our rules, and that's what I want to do.
And I would like to sort of echo what Alder Committeeman Caprillion said. Before it was your current location, building was remodeled, I happened to have lived over in Biscayne Gardens decades ago. I'm not that old, of course, but anyway, so you have made a contribution to the community from that perspective, and we do appreciate that. And also, the alder the alder for that district had expressed concerns before last year from some of the complaints from the residents in the area, and I'm sure that you all are taking care of that because you're doing what's best for your business and the community, and and
I said, and there's businesses around there that contacted me that were just totally against that. So, I mean, it's up, if you guys want to defer this, let me know now, I'll make that motion, and then come back and apply for just the beer license.
So we have to reapply.
Yeah.
Well, you could contact the city clerk's office once I make, all right, well, I make a motion to defer.
I have a motion to defer, is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Any nays? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Just contact the city clerk's office, and I'll get you moving.
Thank you all, and good luck to you, and I'm sure you'll be very successful. Item number 098723, communication sponsored by myself, Alder Pete, on behalf of the Public Safety and Licensing Committee, requesting the appearance of Micah Tharp, agent for 509 Social Lounge, LLC, located at 509 6th Street pursuant to a formal expression of concern and also requesting consideration of rescinding the formal expression of concern. May the applicant please come forward? Is the applicant here? Okay. Can we defer this? Or what do you?
No.
What
This
do
is, all right,
Gentlemen?
this is the same thing that happened with the others, with the ones we just,
Gotcha.
2 weeks ago.
I understand.
So this building got sold.
I understand.
They're not gonna be there anymore. They don't have a license for it. So I would make a motion to take this license.
1 second, please, they didn't,
No, they haven't,
They didn't turn it in. They got a letter sent to them.
but they still have the license.
We can't just take it, we gotta defer.
We
the
have-
process.
So they did call on Friday,
Okay.
asking if you would defer this item because he had their engagement he had to be at. Have not received any licenses from them. I have not received an application to place-to-place transfer from them.
Right. And I mean, I don't believe there is any place for them to do this, and that's why I'm requesting
Legally,
that.
they still have a license, correct?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
at
but-
that location, and that's the
Right.
issue.
Right.
That's one of the main issues, that location
They
has a
don't have that
license.
location, they don't have the location anymore.
But the license is for that location.
Right.
That's the problem.
As of right now, 509 Lounge or Social Lounge.
Social.
Still have a license, it's still under their
Mhm.
name, it's still active. So technically, if they wanted to, they can keep throwing these parties. Ultra Co., you can't make a motion to revoke their license, but what you can do is make a motion to refer the matter to the city attorney's office because they are not here today. And then I would take that up then.
All right, well, I'll make that.
wait, before you
ahead.
make that motion. One of the reasons we did call them in, because there was, multiple incidents
Right.
that happened on the
Mhm.
licensed premise report, and it was during that time, we were gonna have a discussion with them.
Mhm.
And so if we do refer this to the attorney's office, are we then giving up the opportunity to have them come before public safety and licensing to address the concerns in
All I know is Sixth Street's been really quiet for the past few weeks. Imagine that.
I just wanted to say that, just in regards to what you wanna make, the motion in which you
Well,
wanna make.
before a motion is made, my question to the attorney is, legally, where are we?
Still have a valid license, and they're still, as far as we know, operating, even though they claim that the building is sold. It's still their license, so they can still operate out of that building,
They can't, and
I,
With,
new owners.
go ahead.
from the city's perspective.
Oh, from the city's
That's what
perspective.
we gotta deal with.
I would honestly, like to see a deferment, because if there is an incident and they do decide to operate under their active license, they will at least have it on their record that, this committee, if we do decide not to rescind any formal expression of concern. So let us address the formal expression of concern, and then at that committee, we can refer it to the attorney's office if need be.
I appreciate that. Anybody else before I speak? My concern is that if I understand this correctly, because they have a license at that address, they could, I'm being hypothetical, of course, they could sublease from the current owner and be back in business in a heartbeat. And then we'd be back to the same place we're in, or was in. That's my concern.
It's not gonna happen.
No,
Go ahead, Lou.
okay.
Or to make a motion to refer to the city attorney's office, I would have the authority to pursue due process if it is still a problem.
Okay, then it's up to the committee. Is there a motion?
I'll make a
How do
motion to refer to the city attorney's office.
And I'll second that motion.
I have a motion and a second to defer item number 098723 to the city attorney. I'm sorry, refer. Yes, Alder Capri?
I just have a discussion on the motion. So if we are referring to the city attorney's office, and if we want to move forward with some due process measures, does it first need to come from this committee, a formal expression of concern need to be had?
It does not.
So we can just refer and then proceed with due process?
Yes, so due process happens in one of a couple ways. The first one is if we get two within a 6-month period, or 3 within the 1 year period, it automatically goes to due process. The other option that we have is, once it gets to my office, if it is a continuing problem, I do have the authority without the committee to file a summons complaint against them to get them in front of the due process board. So in cases like this, where no one's responding, or perhaps they're closed and they don't have a place to operate out of, I would usually take that next step. If I had to, don't surrender their license.
Well, the Caprillion would be more comfortable with, having them come and speak to the problem, because it was hundreds of people down there raising hell. I mean, if you feel more comfortable that way.
At this,
Alderman Peterson, I'm sorry.
at this point, they're not operating a facility as well, which is also a violation, correct?
Yes, if we can
Alderman
prove that.
Burton?
Yes, I can prove that.
Just one final question, and just so it's on the record and it can hear for transparency's sake, and maybe, the representative from the police department can speak on, because if we have multiple incidences that have occurred. I feel better just because we're making it because didn't show up here today. We're kind of insinuating something, passing some type of judgment on them. But if we can speak to the incidences that have occurred at that establishment.
Yeah, so I was able to pull the calls that we responded to over the last 6-month period. And I found them up here real quick. We had 15 incidences where we had to respond to their exact residence. That does not take into account calls that are in the general vicinity. So 500 block of Park or 600 block of Park that are in that general vicinity where the crowd originates from or congregates to. We probably had closer to 30 within that 6-month period. And I was previously assigned a night shift, so I got to see it firsthand. And they created a large nuisance problem and a quality of life problem in that area for residents in that area. And they're one of a few establishments in that area, but we were generally able to ascertain the problems from there were coming from that location and not other areas.
Thank you.
Is that helpful?
It's very helpful, and hearing that that's been said, I'm okay with referral and just bypassing the process that we have here of going through a formal expression of concern. It sounds like, from what has been conveyed by the police department, and then also by what we see here at the Public Safety and Licensing. So I'd be in support of the motion.
Okay, we have a motion, I believe a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries to refer to the city attorney's office, item number 098723. The next item on our agenda is item number 098823, communication sponsored by myself requesting the appearance of Gerald Moss for a new operator's license in the 4th District. Sir, you Gerald Moss? Please come forward. And Attorney Arnn will swear you in.
Raise your right hand, please.
Yes, ma'am.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
That's what I do.
Thank you.
Sir, you've been called in today for a false statement on your application. Sergeant Sell, can you please provide any information on this?
During the background check, in the background check, Mr. Moss found that there were convictions in 2017 for knowingly violating a domestic abuse order, bail jumping, 2017, and in 2016 a conviction for disorderly conduct, contrary to the they had in his application.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Moss, first of all, the incidents themselves would not have brought you before us, but it's the incorrect, false information that has you here today. So could you please explain?
Okay, I was rushing the application, first of all, I'm accountable for that, I apologize. But as far as with the ex-wife, he lied to get me locked up. I got the card from the PO off, Megan, which is crazy, because her son was on paper at the time, and they shipped the same off. Son came in and told Megan, which is my PO, and his PO, that his mama lied to get me locked up. I don't know if y'all can look on CCAP, Miss Cameron back then, she was living a double life. She had an apartment out on 16th Street. I worked second shift at Shiloh at the time, diecast. So it's ironic, the man she was messing around with, I'm training the man on the diecast machine.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting a nasty burn mark, because he ain't getting the parts out. So his name was Chris. And he was gonna take his break first, and I took mine second. I'm like, this is a small world. I said, yo, ex-state bringing you up one time, putting him on the machine. I said, so, you supposed to have another place. And she lied, but then, like, we went through the divorce stuff and that, they looked up on CCAP that she did have to live a double life. I never put my hand on this woman or nothing. But then she moved, she had me locked up, she moved the man in my house, had the man drive my truck, my car. So then the bail jumped and stuff, okay, I got out of jail. She lied because she knew she had to be out my house by August, first of August. And she kept getting me locked up. So I told
Oh, I know what it
the
is.
person kept getting me out. I said, don't put no more money up now. You let me sit this out and ride it out. Like I said, at the time, I lost a good job. I was blessed because I pursued truck driving. When I was with Miss Cameron, I was going to Roadmaster, Indiana. And she was on some drug spree, called me, wanted me to send my, I'm like, you know, I have to put this on hold. So I ended up leaving Roadmaster. Back in 2018, I ended up getting my CDLs. So she trying to get back with me to this day. I want nothing to do with her. All I'm trying to do is better myself. Now, as far as me applying for the,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
as far as me applying for the bartender license, I'm the manager at the American Legion, Post 546 on Douglas. I ain't got no contact with these women all these years. Prior to that incident, I ain't had no contact with the police. I'm just trying to better myself, what I'm doing.
So you're saying that the only reason that you had false information on the application is because you were a little bit upset and emotional at the time and rushed through the
I
application?
went through the application, sir. I'm counting for my own accident, but the bail jump, I wasn't even thinking about that as far as that ran with the battery and the disorderly conduct. That's why I put an application. I put down the battery, disorderly conduct, but I forgot about the bail jump. But all that was all in the same case, though.
Okay.
I just got a question to ask. So we're saying guideline number 7, but I only got up to guideline number 6 here. And then I wanna know. 'Cause usually you got these crossed off here, but I have no.
I got a question,
Yes, Alder
it
Peterson?
might be for the city attorney or the officer or whoever. CCAP, I don't know if we're able to look at CCAP now or what at this time. But you're saying all these, the 2017 and 16 disorderly conduct, bail jumping, and domestic abuse, are all connected to the same case?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I just don't have it, I just don't
Okay.
see guidelines.
So, number 7's up towards the top,
Here's number 7.
guideline number 7.
Under, right. Maybe it's on the 7.
Are you looking at what I'm looking at, Jeff?
No, the first one's just first.
Okay. Yeah, disqualified for guideline 7 for providing a material, so he said he was never arrested for anything, is that what it was?
So the application states whether he has been convicted, he marks the box that states yes. It then requires him to disclose the convictions, and in there he put the battery conviction, but from 2009 is what he put. He failed to disclose the violating the injunction from 2017, the bail jumping from 2017, and the disorderly conduct from 2016.
So he didn't lie, he didn't lie that he didn't do anything, it was, he failed to put these 2 things on there.
Correct.
Most of the time, we have people come here that said they've never been arrested for anything,
So-
so this is a little different
Yeah, he
story.
did, yeah, I agree, he did, it met part of it, and from what he said earlier, these things were connected.
Yes, sir. Just, like I said,
Okay,
She lied to get me locked up, I made bond twice, bail getting out.
Okay.
Is we giving money away. Then like in divorce court, she told the divorce judge that she lied to get me locked up.
okay,
Okay.
okay. I understand. Alder Peterson?
No.
I'm sorry, Alder Cole.
How long have you been at the American Legion?
Been a mem- I just became a member, extra member April this year, sir. I think I voted in as assistant manager at the time, but then the manager, man, just called us some student stuff, there's supposed to be an investigation with that, so by me being assistant manager, they made me manager right now.
I just know they have some good things going on.
Right, we try our best.
And I don't know.
Okay. Any other questions, comments?
I thought Alder Peterson, his hand up, but maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm good, no, I'm good.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so you talked about, first of all, thank you for sharing. I know that, it sounds like you've been through a lot and you're still trying to work through it. So, you didn't have to disclose all that to us, but, you know, I honor that you did, and it's unfortunate. I just want to say, you know, the application that we have for you to fill out, we have purposely made it very simplistic because we would have applicants come before us and maybe speak to, they didn't understand it, and so the forms have been changed to be very simplistic for a reason. And that reason is so we can still capture the data that we need to make a decision. Because serving alcohol is a privilege and it's a high level of responsibility. And if you're telling me that you rushed through the process, that makes it very difficult for me to say, well, here, you're somebody who rushes through the important things to fill out the only insight we have on you. That's the only insight. So we have a name, and we're going to hand you the ability to operate and to give liquor in a responsible manner to people out in our community. So you and all the other people that come before us. So I take these applications very seriously. Just so you know, if the information you provided us on that application was filled out accurately without missing anything, you would never have had to come before us. You would have gotten your ability to serve liquor where you're employed right now. So, but because you rushed through it, it's a consequence now to come before us and now make us have to place a judgment call. And I go by the book because I don't want to give some leniency, in a sense, to the person that sits in the seat before you and then not give it to you, or vice versa. So to me, please, 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 you know, the things that come, this is our only interaction. We have to have a partnership. You're providing a service to the residents, and you know, we're here trying to make sure that we can do our best for public safety. And we really need you to do your part so we can do our part, and it just goes around. So that's my contribution to the conversation. I will not be in support of it, but I'm only one member of the committee.
Are there any other hands that I missed? Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, at this time, a motion is in order.
I want to make a statement.
Please. Okay, well, I'll back that up. Go ahead.
So, and I understand what Alderperson Caprillion is saying about this, because we do take this very seriously. But I look at the other hand, and he didn't lie that he was arrested. He didn't disclose everything on there. Like she said, you wouldn't have even been here if you would have wrote everything on there. But, I mean, and I know they do some good things over there, and I wanted that to continue. And I'm gonna make a motion to approve this license, and hopefully we never see you back here again if it's approved.
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed. One opposed, 2 yeses. Motion carries. And sir, good luck, but I would like to point out that your license will renew, the same questions will be there, and I share the sentiments of both my colleagues, all the Caprillion side, please be careful, and that you don't rush to it for the reasons she already stated, and I also support what Alder Cole said, and I would say I think you should have a second chance to prove yourself, but you don't want to come back here simply because you rushed through something.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and good luck to you.
And I hope your situation
My wife-
it sounds like a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. I was telling you.
I got a question for Amber so is this license, does this have to go through council, or can you get,
This does not go to council. If you give the clerk's office a call tomorrow in the afternoon, we'll get it printed and you can come pick it up.
all right.
Just
Good luck.
Good luck, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Moss.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is item number 98923, communication sponsored by myself, requesting the appearance of Markia Foxy for a new operator's license, District 6, obviously not here, or invisible. I guess I shouldn't say that.
This is the first time?
This is her first
Oh.
time being called in.
Move to defer.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carried to defer item number 98923. Next item on the agenda, item number 103423-23, communication sponsored by myself on behalf of the Racine Police Department for the license premises report. Sergeant Sell, did anything stick out in your report?
Yeah, I'll, cover the items here on the report over the last, at the Rhino Bar, we had a complaint of possible underage, parties inside the tavern. Officers arrived and checked IDs, there were no underage parties located. At Sleepy Lounge, on October 17th, we had a hit and run. The building itself was struck, that one is under investigation. Milwaukee Pub, we had a complaint come in online for criminal damage about somebody damaging, I believe, a bartender's vehicle. That investigation is ongoing as well. 2 calls at Doobie's Beer Joint, one on the 19th and one on the 22nd. The call on the 19th was a refused complainant stating there were underage parties inside. Officers arrived and checked and did not find anyone underage. And on Sunday the 22nd, officers were in the area and heard yelling coming from the area of the tavern, and they found some people getting ready to fight. However, the officer was able to get the parties to separate, at which point they left. So left to note, at Rogers on Saturday the 21st, we had a named complainant state that there was a fight inside the tavern. Upon arrival, both parties had left and police were no longer needed. On the 21st as well, at Fifth Street Yacht Club, there was a refused complainant about a patron who had a knife. The bartender stated they had no problem inside the tavern throughout the night. The last one was on the 21st at Break and Run Billiards at 2037 Lathrop. A complainant, the owner, called about a fight inside the tavern. On arrival for police, it was determined there was a mutual fight among parties. The owner stated the problem parties no longer wanted, and that was passed along to them, and both parties were separated. Other items of note on that report.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So has Doobie's Beer Joint been pretty quiet then? I mean, for a while there, we had a lot of different issues going on over there.
They have, and they do also on a time-to-time basis employ an off-duty police officer to help assist with that, and that seems to help. And they do have some.
So to me, there's nothing on here that jumps out at me. So I guess I'll make a motion to receive and file.
I have a motion to receive and file item.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Can I speak?
Please.
Sure. Want to let you guys know some information. We have received in our office some
Yes.
complaints. We actually received a complaint, quite a few complaints about 1518. We're still under investigation with the health department, I believe, PC and the DOR. But I just wanted to give you guys a little background of some of the complaints I've heard from them. We have a failure to purchase from a wholesaler. So there was allegations that they are purchasing from liquor stores and not from an actual wholesaler or distributor. Allowing the use of hookah on the premise, which is cigarette and tobacco, actually smoking it in the building. Advertisement for adult establishments in the area. There's an allegation that the agent actually handed over the license to someone else to operate that liquor license, as well as the restaurant licenses. Also that they are charging people to use the sitting parking lot. I think potentially maybe putting barricades up to charge people to park in that parking lot behind the establishment. And I believe those are most of the complaints I've received. Is there anything else you can think of?
There's also the allegation that they are selling alcohol up until 3:59 a.m. This was discovered through a third-party website called Toast. It contracts with restaurants to pick up or deliver food. According to the website, you can order alcohol, which is illegal. Alcohol has to be sold on the premises face-to-face, not online. And it allows for pickup up until 3:49 according to the website.
I understand the police department hasn't finished their investigation on 1518, is that correct?
That is correct.
So is this something we should, I just talked to,
Go ahead.
and I thought things were going well. Guess he kinda lied to me, so. I wanna know if,
I'll let him finish, please.
I just wanna know, is this something we should wait until the police are done with their investigation, or should we be calling them in now?
That would be my question.
That would be up to the committee. I know that the health department is working with the police department. They should hopefully have some information for you at the next meeting, but, I don't know, what information you will have at that time. It's up to the committee. If you want to call them in by the next meeting, that way you have the investigation results at the time and you can talk to the licensee at the same time. Or if you'd rather wait to call them in and then they would appear at the meeting after that, that's up to you.
I would rather wait, but that's your call. Oh, whoever's next.
I think,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just wondering, with them not buying, liquor from a wholesaler, but buying them from liquor stores, so is that piece under investigation by the DOJ or?
That is being investigated by,
So
by the Department of
At
Revenue,
this point, we don't have proof of anything, it's all allegations, that's my, correct,
except for the website, yes.
except for the website.
I didn't even know about all of
When's their
these.
next meeting? Is it in 2 weeks, or is it a month out because of all the,
I believe it's in 2 weeks, which is,
in 2 weeks?
November 13th.
I would be plenty comfortable waiting 2 weeks for information to come forward before we call them in.
That's the way I feel, but, it's a
Just
consensus.
make sure the information's there. I don't wanna call in and find out one of the investigations isn't complete.
Okay, since
My
it's not
personal
on,
opinion.
not on the agenda, go ahead.
I got, so the Department of Revenue, I know we only got like 1 or 2 agents, are they investigating this now?
I have been in touch with the agent. They said that they are taking it up.
Like I said, I know they're very sparse, these people are.
You know, it's at least on their list.
Okay. So we're all in agreement, it's not on the agenda, so it's a matter of discussion, okay? Well, then, back to our original order of business, we need a motion, to receive and file the police report.
So moved.
I have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye to.
Aye.
Aye.
All- Any nays or noes? Motion carries to receive and file item numbers 1034-2323. Next item on the agenda is item 1035-23. The subject is communication sponsored by myself requesting any consideration, any formal expression of concern or other actions pursuant to the police report. Do-
I would have a question on
Yes,
this one. Just because we are waiting for 1518, for an update, do we want to actually have that as an agenda item to discuss it? to discuss anything that has transpired.
It would be on the next license premise report, assuming the city has information, so the committee can discuss at that time without a
Perfect.
separate item.
Any other questions? Okay, do-
Receive and file?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion any noes or nays? Motion carries. Actually, I think we've exhausted our agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn? Well, you guys don't wanna adjourn?
I don't think we
I
need one.
moved it.
We don't need to do that.
Thought you guys wanted to stay here all night. I'd say, well, that is your privilege, I suppose.
Thank you. Thank you.